Okay, minasan, today we're gonna talk about Kamen Rider Geats episode 37, or should I say Kamen Rider Naruto, because what happened in this episode is exactly the same thing that happened to Naruto when he loses control and the QB chakra is spilling out of control. Holy shit, Ukyo ass is going berserk and his Kitsune power is going haywire as well. And we're not sure what really happened and how is this even possible. Like, Niram actually says that, hey, no such rider exists, okay? Because at the end of this episode, we actually get to see a statement released by the DGP. It says like the management are the sole developer and manager of all Kamen Rider technology. There's no like and when we actually get to see this, there's suddenly like Kitsune tail that actually swipe over and to delete the part which actually say there is no exception, but actually there is an exception. Ukyo S is the exception because we are not sure where does this power come from, where does this boost Mark 3 actually come from, but it is here to stay, man. Like, I am so crazy when I see the scene of the Kitsune tail flying around. It literally reminded me of Naruto. But I mean, like, after we see this, the next episode is gonna be even more crazy because we are actually gonna see another scene that is referencing Naruto as well. He is gonna meet his father in some sort of a dark space, something like that, and we actually get to see Naruto did something similar as well in Naruto Shippuden when he's trying to control the power of Kurama. He actually get to meet his father, and he also get to meet his father as his mom as well. So this is really amazing, because if this is the direction of how the story is gonna go, we would actually get to see Ukyo S having a kind of like a final moment with his mom, with Mitsune, and he's definitely gonna ask her some questions, and we are actually gonna see a closure to the arc of Ukyo S trying to save his mom from the DGP itself. Because if this is how the mom actually goes in the story, like she just got destroyed, like she's no more, and I really felt like that is very cheap, okay? Like, I really hope they actually have a proper closure to the story itself. That is gonna be so much more impactful to the story itself. But with that being said, we need to talk about Kekera and Beroba, because before they return the Vision Driver to Jin so that they can actually pass to Niram and also Ukyo S, both of them actually wish for a final wish, and we are not sure what are these final wish actually is. But I have a really big theory and big suspicion on what it could actually be, and my theory is that both Beroba and Kekera actually wishes their respective rider, which is Tycoon and Buffa, to remember what happened in the DGP even after Grand End actually happened. And I believe the goddess of creation, Mitsune, is able to fulfill this wish, okay? So this is really crazy. But with that being said, let me move on to the Desire Royale. I actually talked about this, like how Desire Royale doesn't matter. It is pointless to play Desire Royale because at the end of the day, there won't be any winner at all for the Desire Royale. So the rider are fighting one another for what? For no reason at all. It's almost kind of like the DGP wants to get them busy, wants to make them occupied so that they are not gonna mess with the plan of Suelu itself, okay? So that is really interesting. But the sad thing that happened in this episode is that Buffa actually breaks the ID call of Nago and Hakubi, the ID call for Neon Kurama and also Sakurai Sara. So what is gonna happen to Neon right now? Because her plot is not finished yet. She hasn't found her true love yet. Her story still got so much to be told, and we are really not sure what is to come for Neon Kurama, okay? So right now it is only the 30th 37th episode of Kamen Rider Geats. We are not sure how many episodes are there in Kamen Rider Geats. They could actually be 50 episodes, they could actually be 45 episodes, but the ending is reaching, and I'm really hoping that Neon would actually find what she is looking for, find a reason to stay, and find a reason to accept her for who she is. And I really hope like Neon's Kurama's father is gonna accept her and love her for who she is. Okay, so that is something that I really want to see, and I can't wait to see as well. But with that being said, let me move on to the future people, because we actually learned quite a lot of interesting things regarding the future people. The first thing we learned is that they are not able to reproduce. They are not able to I believe they can have sex, that is for sure, but they cannot produce. They cannot insert a baby into another person's body. And this is quite interesting, because how would they actually reproduce then in the future? And because if they cannot reproduce, then maybe the way they actually create new human and stuff is almost seems like they are actually AI. They are artificial intelligence, and they actually kind of like create more life and create more possibility, create more personality, something like that. So that would actually explain why like all of these supporters, all of these like people from the future are so freaking weird, because they are not having a kind of like a full spectrum of a human emotion, but they only have like a certain part of the human emotion as well, because they are not actually human. I repeat, they are not human, and I really suspect that they could actually be AI. Okay, because AI is like the only possible explanation to what is actually happening here, but I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. Okay, but speaking of the future people, we need to talk about the player and the navigator, because what happened to Mitsune is that she fell in love with a kitsune boy, and after that she prayed. Okay, like she fell in love with the kitsune, and she longed for their love. She longed for the kitsune boy, so she prayed 3 days and 3 nights, and after that they born Ukyo as itself. So this is really interesting. So I'm not so sure whether or not like you guys are familiar with the 3 days and 3 nights like term in a lot of religious context. Like even in today, Hallelujah Wind actually talks about how like a child is actually a gift and miracle from God itself, and like people pray and they actually receive a baby, receive a child from God, something like that. And the reason why the navigator prayed for 3 days and 3 nights, why is it so significant, is because 3 days and 3 nights are usually being used to determine whether or not someone is fully dead or something like that. Okay, like when someone died, they're gonna put them to on in a casket for 3 days and 3 nights before officially burying them on the ground itself. So in the Christian belief, what happened to Jesus is that after he died 3 days and 3 nights, he was being resurrected on the 4th day. Okay, so that is something that really interesting. But that is, I just want to say that it is kind of like a religious context thing. Don't think too much about it, but it is really insane. I really did not see this coming. At first I thought that maybe Ukyo S is not actually like the son of the navigator, but actually is kind of like the lover of Mitsune. But I was wrong. Okay, I was totally wrong. S is officially the son of Mitsune. So this is really interesting, and based on what I can see so far, the story, S is definitely in the S father is definitely inside S body itself, because I really felt like the navigator is unable to be together with the kitsune boy, so he prayed that he wants to be with the kitsune boy. And how can she actually do that is to give birth to an offspring between the both of them, something like that. And speaking of S becoming the offspring of both the navigator Mitsune and also the kitsune guy, it would actually kind of like make us think that maybe the fathers of Ukiyo S is actually a kitsune itself, okay, and it is not actually a human, or it is possible, okay, it is definitely possible based on how the story goes right now. Like maybe the father of Ukiyo S is a kitsune, and that's why right now we are actually seeing when S loses control, he's able to summon the power of the kitsune inside of him, and that is because his father actually is a kitsune. And right now Ukiyo S is actually a half breed, okay, a half kitsune and a half future people, something like that. So really crazy stuff here. But with that being said, let me move on to the next thing, okay. And this is something that I really couldn't stand for how they are actually writing the story of KY right now, because for some weird reason KY just is not able to wrap his mind around like how Mitsune is actually being utilized by the DGP to sabotage others people's life and all those stuff. Because like KY just he's determined, man. Like he is determined on destroying the goddess of creation. So I really hope after the talk with Pangja in this episode, KY is able to open his eyes a little bit. That is really crazy. But with that being said, I just want to talk about the next episode. Next episode, we're gonna see the final fight between Ukiyo S and Niram, and we are officially gonna see Kamen Rider Geats 9 making an official debut on the series itself. And speaking of Geats 9, I'm not so sure whether or not you guys realize like the reason why it is called Geats 9 is actually because in a Japanese way of pronouncing the name, you will actually call it Gitsune. Gitsune, okay, so it is actually a play of word, a pun, I would say, of kitsune itself. So with that being said, that is all from me regarding this week of Kamen Rider Geats. It is not as long as my other episodic review, because I felt like this episode is like the calm before the storm, something like that, because there is a lot of crazy shit is gonna happen in the next episode. We are gonna find out what the Meroba and Kekira wishes for. We are gonna find out what is gonna happen to Neon, and we are also gonna see how KY is gonna do some stupid shit as well in the next episode. But that is all from me. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it this far into the video, means you are someone that enjoy my content. Why am I trying to sound smart when I'm not, okay? I'm not smart, but I just want to thank you for reaching the end of the video. So if you made it this far into the video, comment this word in the comment section below to let me know you actually finished the entire video. And the word today is drink up, because staying hydrated is very important. That is all. Hope you enjoy, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.